Hello everyone, it's Rashid5 here and welcome to the ISGP cast. I'm Rashid5 and I'm here with Alice.
Yeah, she said hi, but she...
Okay.
She cut out halfway.
I am also here with Baronzef.
Yo.
Johnny Natrium, who isn't actually competing in this tournament, is the only one.
Yeah, I'm actually disappointed that you didn't say hi, guys. It's Wretched5.
Well, I'm sorry, but I can't do that every time. And Luke.
Hello.
All right, so this is going to be a podcast devoid of Australians. All right, we've seen how many Australians are in this tournament, and honestly, we're kind of sick of them doing podcasts. They always end up leading this. So this will be a podcast by people who aren't Australians. We got three Brits here. We've got a Latvian and
a South African
Dutch and a South African. In this, anyway, so let's get straight onto it. All right, this is all about this talk show, this podcast, whatever you want to call it. We're all about the tournament, what's been happening, not much has happened so far, but we'll be going over like the setting for this tournament and like what we think might happen, all that kind of stuff. But yes, probably Andrew and Angus, CrystalFissure, and Intelligent64 will be making their own talk show or something like this, I assume. But yes, we're doing something that's just outside what the hosts. Like it's outside the host's opinion. We're getting an expert, like third hand opinion.
What are you?
Expert.
What are you talking about? It's like when the cat's away, the mice play.
Well, exactly. All right. We need people who aren't the host to make this stuff. Anyway, so the first thing we're going to talk about,
guys,
is the name and the website. So the International Spyro Grand Prix. The website has been doing well, except it's got apparently like something like 120,000 page views, I've heard. But I think we've
quite. But...
Sorry, what'd you say?
What is that? 15,000?
Quite.
What's quiet? What?
I said not quite.
Yeah.
Not quite, or something. He said something like that, like 120,000 or something. 112,000. I don't know. Same shit.
Yeah,
Anyway.
it was 15,000.
Yeah, divide it by 10. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah. So he's got the website up, and it's pretty nice. Although I feel like as I think Andrew has said,
There are too many Australians on it.
that's true. There are way too many Australians, but also that we probably need some league tables up there. So at the moment, all we have is the wiki, and there'd be a lot of people having a go at the wiki, saying that it's outdated or it sets a bad example on the past. Luke, I want to hear your opinion. What do you think of the wiki currently as it is at the moment?
Well, it's definitely got a lot more detail than I thought it ever would, actually. Like, it was originally created, like, as a bit of a joke, really.
Yeah.
Something there, but, like, the fact there's so much details has been added onto it over the years is pretty impressive. And I think it's now been going on for, like, I'm trying to think now, at least
it was
3, 4, 5 years
2011
now?
when it was 2011 when it was created.
It was 2011?
Yeah, it was a long time ago,
God.
yeah. And originally, I never liked Wikia because of their design. Like, I feel like it's very, like, everything is so squished together, like, into the middle, like it's such a small width. And I always wanted to make, like, a wiki that looked more like, say, like, Wikipedia or the Sonichu wiki or, like, Encyclopedia Dramatica, Encyclopedia. Like, more that traditional kind of style would more look professional, but...
We need everything squished so you can put the sweet ads on.
Oh, well, that's the thing, though. We don't get any ad revenue from that stuff. I think the only one who gets ads is Wikia itself.
But Andrew was telling me he was raking in the dough.
What, from Spyro wiki?
Yeah, maybe he's been holding out on you.
What the fuck? Wait, he owns the money he gets the money for the I'm a Spyro wiki?
He owns the money. Well, exactly.
I mean, look at the tournament website. It's also pretty squished together.
Okay, so
I think this is how he bought his new PC.
Aren't you wondering how he got that huge yacht? Like, didn't you just...
Well, I mean,
Yeah. Do you follow his Instagram?
This is a bit of a scandal, isn't it? That someone in dough from Spyro wiki, which is generally meant to be a community wiki that like lots of people edit, not just the Andrew. So
No,
if that's true,
well,
that's
I think
kind
you're
of
the last person to know. Do you even follow his Instagram? There was like he posted something today, like a picture of his yacht, and said, "Sweet new yacht, paid for by our Wikia," and all that.
I don't actually use Instagram actually because
Let me
I'm
see.
not,
Let's
not
see.
normally, but
I do have Instagram.
Fact checking going on right now.
Oh shit.
But this is a major scandal we got. But we will move on to the name and the logo. So there was also another issue where I mean, you already know that the website is Speedruns.com, but there was an issue where lots of people, more traditional speedrunners or something like that, were getting a little bit annoyed about the fact that it was called the Spyro Speedruns instead of just like a Spyro tournament or whatever. Because apparently, like, the kind of stuff that we do isn't speedruns. Now, Luke, you're probably the most high-class speedrunner in this call, so I'm wondering what your opinion is on that.
Why are you always asking Luke for things?
Yeah.
Well, because Luke, I've known him for so long. I've known Luke for so long, and he lives in Great Britain.
So this is
and
nepotism.
And he's also a really high up professional speedrunner. So there's that too.
Yeah,
So,
definitely high profile. Yeah, of course.
well, whatever. What do you all think
favorite.
about this? How the renaming, and was it necessary?
I mean, for me personally, I'm not too fussed, but for some reason, some people are. I'm actually surprised now thinking
You could
about
say
it.
fuck.
This website name wasn't picked up much sooner, given that like we created the channel for it like a long time ago now. Like I'm surprised like around the same time the wiki came, we didn't actually make a website for it.
Yeah, but
like this.
Well, there's a few reasons for why that. One, because we already have speedrun.com, and two, because like often the tournaments that we made weren't just Spyro speedruns; they were just like in general kind of like PS1 speedruns or something like that.
I mean,
so that's what. Go on.
I, for one, am flabbergasted.
as some people have discussed now in the chat like a few days ago now, like we have the advertisements now for obviously the official leaderboards and the official Discord and that. So as far as I'm aware, everything seems fine now.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a too bad of a problem that there's no league tables on the website and stuff like that. But I mean, it's really what your opinion is on the wiki, and I feel like the wiki has never really looked that nice. I mean, there's a suggestion to move.
What's the wiki? Is it
as
just
well?
called Spyro Speedruns?
It's called imaspeedrunner.wikia.com.
It can do with a bit of a layout
I
change.
am
since
a
now...
speedrunner, or I'm a speedrunner?
I'm a speedrunner. I am a speedrunner.
I'm just gonna link it in here, so.
Yeah, like I think like the layout of it needs changing a little bit, given that these days it's not really called I'm a Speedrunner. Like that name's been dead now for quite a bit of time.
But yeah, overall, that logo has got some positive attention. Apparently, they spent some good bucks on that. But
Some
did,
good Wikia bucks.
yeah, looks pretty good though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
some of those wiki.
I will confront that my Australian friend later about that whole scandal. But yes, it was Spyro Speedruns International Grand Prix, but now it's just Spyro Tournaments. So I don't know if they're going to change over the website URL or what's going to go on there, but whatever. Let's move on. So we're going to talk a little bit about the rules for the tournament. And one thing which has come up like very recently, and like we've only have a few matches uploaded, but there was a match between the host CrystalFissure and someone called Noel, and it was very interesting. Barons, tell me about this. Tell me about this match and what happened.
Well, it was basically an extremely close match where, you know, Noel said that she completed when she hadn't, and then she was like, "Oh wait, I'm missing 5 gems."
I've always got that. Women telling me they've finished and they haven't.
Oh, Johnny.
Well, basically,
But I keep trying.
by the time she got the 5 gems, CrystalFissure had, you know, I don't want to say rescued the last dragon, because that's like the whole point of this, like this argument that when did he rescue? When does it count when he has rescued the final dragon? Like you can
when he
set
needs them
multiple
again
points.
After,
As
true.
to, like the
it's
reference.
only
as to
after
when
he
it's end.
defeated Nork, he's actually rescued.
So at the beginning of this tournament, we had draw times, and they were pretty much very similar to the ones in previous tournaments, like Rip Resurrected, IS9, IS10, whatever. But soon after the tournament began, there was a big outcry amongst like a lot of people who wanted draws eliminated because they thought it was like, you know, unprofessional and.
I'm gonna correct you on that. It was actually before the tournament started.
Yeah, sorry, that's right. Yeah, before the tournament started. So
It
before
really
the tournament
doesn't
even
fit
started,
in with the rest of the tournament, the way the tournament is handled, which is very professionally, of course.
well, yes, well, exactly. This is a very professional tournament run by professional Australians, and it was decided that draw times were something of the past and they were removed. But now we have issues with like this where there's very, very close runs, and it has to be just decided.
One close run.
Sorry, what'd you say?
Yeah, one close run.
Well, I mean, but this is there's only 3 matches.
You're like a
that have been
politician.
played.
You're making shit up now.
Hey, I'm not advocating for draw times here. That's not what's happening. I'm just saying that one of the first races has been uploaded.
I'm not executing order, activate draw.
Yeah, no,
draw times
I'm
again.
like that. No, I'm not complaining about that at all.
Wally was doing that before.
Actually, but all I'm saying is that like it was a point of contention, and it came down to frames, basically how it was decided, and there was an issue where we were deciding what it meant to collect the dragon or to release a dragon or whatever, and it came
Very
down
philosophical.
to the default, which is the speedrunner's suggestion that it counts after the animation is finished. So that's how it was decided, and whether Noel will want to do a rematch or not, it's up to her. But yes, be very interesting if this kind of stuff happens again later on, and how we all deal with it. But this is the new age, and this part of these tournaments.
Oh, maybe Noel
just-
and CrystalFissure will need to keep racing each other forever.
Yeah, all that too. Yeah.
Just to add on this conversation, I think doing away with the draw times was definitely the correct decision. But
Yeah, me too,
It was
I
it was just unfortunate that like one of the first ones was like this close.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think necessarily it will happen again. But it's actually really good that it happened this early. What were we going to say else?
Because everyone was all up in this like uproar about the draw times and going, well, if you win, you win. But when you've got the situation where clearly defined, then you have the situation where it's almost like a true draw, like because we haven't actually defined when you get a dragon.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's
relatively.
true.
But
That's
I think,
true. But sorry, go on.
not to throw any shade at Ratchet 5 or anything, and I'm also gonna reference I'm a Speedrun 8, where a draw time was also a big issue, and I think like what was it like 26 seconds, 36 seconds? I think that was too much, Ratchet 5. So like
Yeah, no, I think it was too much, and we changed it under a vote. It's more that this goes back to what we're talking about, that like it depends what the default is. And when you eliminate draw times, I think the default goes back to whatever the professional speedrunners, whatever you want to call them, serious business speedrunners, classify as the rules. And their rules are that you collect the dragon after the animation. So yeah, it's like when things aren't decided, it goes to the default, and that's what happened. And but overall, like I'm not against the draw times, and I'm a Speedrun 8 is a very different situation.
Speaking of what the professional, serious business speedrunners think of this and think of the wiki and everything, I just went to the wiki and there's actually on the front page, it says the current world speedrunning champion is Trop HD.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
they don't have
how triggered they'll be by that.
they don't have a problem with that. I mean,
What?
meaning if they see it, if they have seen it, like I don't know if they've seen it.
I mean, it's a fucking like wrestling-esque fucking award.
I mean,
it's, like,
what-
it's obviously meant to be.
It wasn't
very
always
exaggerated.
named the world speedrunning.
No, it was
The
Angus, of course,
speedrunning
because
champion.
Angus. I mean, this whole tournament spawned from like an idea,
Of wrestling.
from wrestling. Yeah. So I mean, it being called the world speedrunning champion like makes perfect sense for a tournament like this. I mean, Angus has always been trying to bring wrestling into the community for a long time.
Into every facet of his
Do you,
life.
by the way, do you remember all the times when he like used to make those like wrestling
Yeah.
videos on like World
CWF,
Wrestling?
yeah. And I mean, if you meet CrystalFissure and Angus, I'll tell you right now that like 50% of what they talk about or more is wrestling. Especially like Andrew Conley.
I
like,
was gonna say Angus not as much as Andrew.
Well, yeah, I mean,
as
Andrew
CrystalFissure.
Conley, like, when I was hanging with him, like, he was on his phone, I was like, oh, what are you looking at? And it's always wrestling. It's always going to be wrestling.
Yep.
Or Game
yeah,
of
well,
Thrones.
or Game of Thrones, yeah, I mean...
Well, that aside.
Fucking hell, alright. Okay, groups. We're going to discuss these groups. I firstly want to discuss group balancing, which... it's no real secret that these groups were not drawn randomly. I mean, I think they partially were. Like some of the speedrunners that like they knew nothing about were basically drawn randomly. But apart from that, on purpose to balance it out. Now, I don't think that's actually an issue because in a tournament where you have people having to do 9 speedruns, I think it makes sense that you would balance that. Otherwise, you'll have some pretty miserable people who are in a group with like 3 top speedrunners yeah, so I think that it wasn't a bad idea, and I think the groups ended up being pretty balanced. I held the
there a
little-
Yeah, I'd have
tier?
to agree.
Were they tiered, the
Yeah, pretty
contestants
much.
in any way?
There was like purple runners, which is like Chris, who else? Wed and Toto, and there was blue runners like Wally, Angus, and there was like CrystalFissure and Vindictive, and then like yellow runners, which are like Fraser and Christian, and then there was like red, which
That's
is people
racist.
we didn't know about. And so
And all
basically,
the
it was
black
shows like
runners
that.
got put into one of their own groups.
But I think Angus was probably put in the easiest group. Also, something interesting about Angus's group is that there's no women in Angus's group, and I'm wondering exactly why. Why is that? Why is there no women in Angus's group? Does anyone have any
Because
theories?
he's scared of talking to them.
Checks out. Too fair.
So there's 3 women in Group C. That I mean it's like the first like probably the highest percentage of like female to male
Did that-
players.
yeah,
No,
Yeah,
no. In a group. Actually, that's
well-
not true. In Spinner 6, there was like 2 girls in like a group of 4, wasn't there?
Listen to this.
Oh,
call.
what was
Yeah.
there? Probably, yeah.
they
but-
were-
I
they
think it
were
was
with
Luke's
me,
group
Noel.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean
Luke was one
more
of the
that
women.
just out of like it's what is it? It's like I can't do percentage. Like what is it?
It's
I can't remember.
30%,
What is
you
what?
idiot.
No, not in a group. I mean in
Oh.
the whole tournament. I mean like 4 out of 30, whatever that is.
Well, I
Can't
can do it right now. Hang on.
Yeah, you do it right now. Thank you.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like 15% or something like that.
So Alice,
It's like-
you're in Group C. What's your opinion on your group and everything that goes on there?
It seems pretty friendly thus far, and I've seen on the general chat, not to be controversial or anything, but people aren't liking their groups in A and B, so
Ooh.
I'm pretty glad I'm in Group C, to be honest.
It's
Because,
13.3%, by the way.
Oh, okay. Well, I think that's been the most. Yeah. So yeah, Group C. It's been the.
Yeah, so has there been any has that actually been manipulated in any way? Like has that been taken into consideration? Because I thought there was like no point to doing that, but I heard some people talking about like actually taking into account how the distribution of sexes, so to speak.
Yeah. Well. I mean, I discussed this a little bit with Andrew, and it was Angus's final decision. Basically, I said to Angus that maybe you should move like one of them over to Group B or something.
Okay, this was after the
But-
groups were already.
Yeah, I mean, I
established.
think it was kind of calculated a little bit, like definitely somewhat. I mean, but I remember Angus saying to Andrew that that Andrew should
Let those
enjoy-
cunts all.
No, he
gather
said like
together in one
Andrew
group.
should enjoy the group because I quote, because you're going to be with a whole lot of women or something. He said something like that.
This is that's like a thing that he's arranged with Andrew, like behind the scenes, like
Yeah.
okay, I put you in the group with all the women.
Yeah, he was basically like, yeah, I know I put you in a group with not only Toto but yes, Wally, but you know there's 3
So
women.
you
in it,
owe me
so-
one.
All right. Well, Group C has been the party group, hasn't it?
Yes.
You people
Really
in Group
has.
C. Yeah. Tell us about Group C.
Social
I mean, we
fun
have new
group.
twins in the group, so that's always nice.
So people have already been making children.
Yeah. Oh, talking about children, X-Cow,
children.
like, we have our first spinner dad, I think.
Wait, who's
Oh.
the speedrunner dad?
X-Cow, he's having a baby.
Oh shit! Oh my god!
So congratulations
How old
to
is
him.
Xcal?
I have no idea.
how
I've
old
never
is he?
spoken to him.
15.
I mean,
Well, all right. Let's move on to the most boring part of this and almost interesting. I don't know. We're gonna talk about who we
You
think
really
are the
know
top.
how to present something.
We didn't
well-
talk about the other groups, really.
Or I'll
Yeah.
give you some ideas about the other. Group A. Nothing is happening. It's
You
okay,
can't
I'm
just
gonna
be
defeat
like
them
this
all.
about the other groups. You can't just say, so Group C's the party group,
Johnny,
I've heard.
I'm in Group
You all
A.
been
All you
having
need to
fun."
know is that it's
Ah,
full
yeah.
of fucking Australians, and I'm gonna kill every single one of those fucking Australians. That's all you need to know. Okay?
Well, that's
All right.
that's better.
Oh.
No
That's
one's,
better.
no one is doing their matches. Typical of Australians, right? They're
Hang
all
on, I
simple-
saw
Oh,
Fraser.
people getting
Fraser was
contacted.
actually active, So that's
Barely.
pretty
Like
good.
you like I keep on asking them. I keep on asking
Hold
them.
on.
When are we gonna do our race?
Hold on a minute here.
Go on, Luke.
Not all of them are Australians. There's at least like I think 4 of them who isn't.
Okay, all right. Okay, there's Katie Lady and what's his name, Chris. But I mean, they're too hard. Okay, I don't want to race hard people first. I want to race Australians first and smush them. That'd be much funner. Yes, we got
Well,
Jago, whoever that is. I don't know if he hasn't, but I'm glad that he's non-Australian. But
I can
yeah.
quote Fraser, and he said this will be a fun mess. So, and that was today.
yeah,
So
like
I
a
think
mess is
he's-
lots of Australians will be crying after what I do to them in the next 1 to 2
You make a
months.
mess all over them.
Absolutely. Yeah, and then Group B, I think Luke's in that group. It's the easy group for Angus basically, but he'll still probably lose.
Well, well.
I don't know. You
well,
might be
obviously,
triggering some people
bit
in
of
that group. I
spoilers,
think.
but like
You already
I
did
win, I guess.
I did beat him in the first match. So.
I don't know why he chose the versus you first, because that's the most crucial match, and he basically threw it by dying.
Because, well, the thing is, at the time, like, no one else was available. Like, we've been talking in
Yeah.
the chat, and they're all saying, like, they're not free to the weekend.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I feel like maybe Angus pressured in because he's the host and he wanted ones to get done. That like he set an example by racing you or something. But yeah, kind
He
of.
set, he set a great example by dying in the first 2 seconds of the race.
Hey, these hosts are relatable, Johnny. All right, these are the kind of hosts you can have a barbecue with because they're not going to win speedruns again.
Hey, don't you hate barbecuing? I thought you hated Australians.
Oh yeah, fuck barbecues. All right, let's go to the pub or something. I don't know. All right, so yeah, okay, who's going to be the winners of each group? I think that's pretty obvious. Like, I don't think there's real. It's going to be like Toto, what's his name, Wed, and then like Chris, and then second place would probably be like Katie Lady, Luke, and then Wally. Are we pretty certain about that? I think
Let me
everyone's.
look through the list now.
I
Unless
thought
unless
that
someone
Katie
pulls,
Lady was actually a real cash,
I mean,
from what
unless
I've heard.
unless someone pulls like a miracle out of their ass, I think that's gonna be pretty accurate.
Yeah, well-
Luke might be number 2 in his.
That's what I said. I said Luke.
Oh, you said Katie Lady and then Luke.
No. I was
They're not
saying
even
okay.
a
So
same
I went ABC and then ABC again for like second place, basically. Yeah.
I guess that's correct from what I'm seeing.
Well, okay, so, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's tiered. Of course that's going to happen. There's really not much to talk about. It's not like it was a random draw and we're just, like, seeing how things were. It was tiered, so that's what's probably going to happen. The other question is, who do you think will lose?
So then why didn't you put all the pro speedrunners in one group if you...
Because-
Because that would be really fucking unfair. And
Yeah,
bullshit,
that'd be boring in the semi-final. Like, there's pros.
And
against,
anyone
like,
who was
noobs.
put with them is going to
What do you-
be...
What do you
fucking
mean that'd be
hating
boring
themselves.
in the semi-final?
I mean,
If they'd all be in
it's
one
gonna be
group
an
now,
easy
then
match.
you'd only end up with one... Now the final's going to be all of the
Yeah,
pro
but that's, I mean, that
speedrunners.
makes sense, though, because
Yeah,
this is
the
the
best
tournament.
people in the final.
I guess Johnny wants to host like a non-serious like I'm a speedrunner or something. I guess.
Yes, exactly.
This is
right?
Yeah,
SRS.
sorry, this is
that-
not I'm a speedrunner. This is
Isn't that
ISGP.
right? This is serious business.
This is serious business. We are welcoming
Right,
professional speedrunners to open up.
Conley and Angus spent money on this tournament. That's
That's
what
true,
I'm
they
saying.
Well,
spent a
then
lot of money.
in that case, then the draw should have been completely random anyway, to make it professional and fair.
I think it was fairer. I mean, we already went past this, but yeah, I think it was fine that they balanced it out. I think it.
Well,
yeah.
do you want? Well, just now you were saying that the pros had to win it, and so that's then the tournament's not fair
Yeah,
for the
but
less
it's not-
experienced people.
Yeah, but it's not. It's I don't know. Like this is. I don't know what you're talking about, Johnny. Like, all right. Well, anyway, so I mean, we would go with the predicted losers of each group.
I don't
But
know.
like, I mean, like, we can like saying like, yeah, Fraser's gonna suck, and then like, who's in Group B? Someone who we don't know is gonna suck, and then Group C, someone we don't know is gonna. Maybe Alice, because yeah. So. I think we can move past that point because that once.
All right, that's sorted.
It's different. It's way different to a usual tournament where you have like a billion groups and you can easily tell the stuff. Like it's much harder with this when we got like.
It is true, yeah, because
Yeah.
like for most of the groups, like I don't know quite a few of them, so I have no idea who's gonna be the worst.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We need to get some more matches.
Oh, you guys want to guess who's gonna get 5th place in each group?
5th place, all right, smack bang in the middle. Okay, that's interesting. All right, I'm gonna go with. Hang on, let me look at the wiki. Give me a second.
How is that
Somebody like
interesting?
Trob, I think, or I don't know, in Group A.
Well,
What
Trump
do you mean?
did win.
The world speedrunning champion?
Yeah, he's his world
I mean,
speedrunning champion.
I have no idea how
yes.
good he is at Spyro. I mean,
The
he's pretty
defending
on that
champion.
So I think in Group A, I think Wiznendo will come 5th.
Oh no, wait, Kiefer, okay, Kiefer, okay.
Yeah, that's Kiefer. Yeah, that's
Kiefer.
Kiefer. Yeah. Yeah,
He said he doesn't know how to double jump, so
Well, he doesn't have to play Spyro 2. Or you play Spyro 2 Japanese if you really
I
want
think
to.
he's a plant. I think he's some kind of famous speedrunner that's just come in and like pretended he can't double
What,
jump.
just pretended to be
he's
like...
the mystery. He's the mystery guest.
He just pretended to be stupid to get like another rage from Stick Kid. Ah, fuck! I have to race Kiefer! Fuck!
Oh no! Fuck it now! I
guess this is
quit.
technical controversy because
That's like such a different impression of Stick Kid what I did, but it just sounds actually better. It's like not even nasal or anything. But
I mean,
alright,
Kiefer's
okay,
good.
so Group B, I think in the middle is probably going to be like Muddy. I reckon like Muddy always kind of is.
no,
is
I
like,
think he will finish in the top 3 to 4 to be
top
honest.
3 to 4. You reckon he'll beat Angus? Like that's kind of the match of the group, isn't
I
it?
think he has a good chance. It depends what game to do really.
I mean, XCal will probably come last because he's too busy like taking care of a baby.
No,
right?
he's not daddy yet. He's about to be, I think. I don't know.
Well, you know, like, so the thing is though, when you impregnate someone, right, and they're having a baby, you get filled with like
They instantly
estrogen.
have a baby.
So yeah, so he'll get a whole of estrogen, and so he'll be not as competitive, so he'll lose basically.
You know all about that, don't you?
Yeah, well, no, I don't know.
Oh,
Anyway, so then we have Group C, which I think will be 5th. Will be like something like I don't know, like
Max.
I don't know,
Max.
Max. No, he's gonna come like 3rd last. Let's be honest.
Oh well then.
I'm actually gonna go with Fisher to be honest.
Yeah, probably. I reckon like.
So who do you think is gonna be in front of Fissure? Like the 4 people?
fifth, sure.
Well, I mean,
We have to answer that now.
Noel already beat him. HDLZ sounds serious. Al will beat him. Then Barons will beat him, and
thank you.
Toto will beat him.
Can
and
we just
Wally will beat him.
say technically Noel has not beaten?
That's true. That's
Fizzy
true.
yet.
Not technically, not yet. But if
So
you're watching
yeah, you
this,
can't.
it'll probably be decided tomorrow. So, you know. And okay, so and then last thing we're
Unexpected.
going to talk about is which group will get the least matches done and the most dropouts. So I'm going to go
Has
with
to be Group A already.
no. I think Group A is like the sleeper tournament. It will come up eventually. I mean, it's got like Fraser and Christian, which
Be
increases.
honest, I have a
That's the
feeling
one.
it'd be mine.
That's what makes me think it. But
That's true. I think Group B is going to be that group. To be honest.
Why?
It's got
Like
lots of
the
people.
Liam's kind of a slacker. Fraser and Christian.
Hey, Liam's been practicing. He's got the toasty skip like
Yeah,
down packed right now.
we did a race earlier in Spyro 1.
Alright, I thought he like quit the other tournament as well.
Well,
but-
he does do that a little bit. Yeah, he's a bit of an Angus, basically. But no, I think that
Is that why you call him Angus Jr.?
That's true.
I don't know.
So yeah, Alice, what group do you think will have the most dropouts?
I don't think it's going to be C because I think there's a whole kind of atmosphere going on where it's kind of
People are going to be
established
egging
it's
each other
for fun.
on.
That's
Yeah,
true.
it's going to be a group where they're like, oh, can't be asked anymore, can't be asked for this. Like,
I think that's got Group B written
So-
all over it, to be honest.
Yeah.
fair enough, yeah.
Especially as like when Angus starts losing, then he's gonna like not care either. So it's gonna like.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think I know like half of the people in Group B. So, I mean, Group C, I kind of got familiar with everyone except the Dale guy because I've never spoken to him, or have like
Yeah,
one.
I guess-
Dale.
I get it. Everyone loves Group C.
Yeah.
Stop mentioning it, Barons.
Have you heard about Group C? I think it's pretty great.
I can't because I don't see any chat for it.
Okay, so we're nearly done.
It's not that great. It's just a myth.
We just got like 2 things that might
Trust
be
me, I
coming
can
up
see it.
later that we have to talk about. The first one is the idea of losers rounds. I remember Andrew was floating the boat about this. Do you reckon he'll do it? Do you reckon he'll do some kind of thing with 3rd places? You know, they get back in the tournament. Do you reckon he'll capitulate?
You
Yeah.
mean
No,
the
I mean,
infamous Shaggin Wagon?
Well, not necessarily that, but like
It's
a
not
losers bracket or
necessary
something.
because we're already doing 9 races.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, I agree with that too. But
Yeah,
he has floated the boat about that. So I'm just curious about what you guys will think that he'll do.
I mean, also if you add like third places, you have to have at least 2 people go forward, because it's gonna be, if you add one, that there's 7 people in the next round, which is a stupid number. So
Oh yeah, I mean, it could just be like a triple threat, and then like whoever comes first and second goes through. That's another possibility. Yeah. I guess it'll depend whether Angus is going to come third or not. Ha ha ha.
That's true. It'd be very convenient if that happened and suddenly they decided, oh, we're going to actually add a third place playoff.
Typical Australians, am I right? All right, so the last thing is the deadline. When you guys reckon it'll be? When do you reckon we'll finish this round?
I mean, didn't they say something that they want like everyone to do 1 race each week at least? So I mean, maybe 9 weeks.
Based off that, it's not going to be done for the next 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I'd say
I mean,
probably.
Like, do you think like you can get 9 races done in like a month?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, if you haul ass, then
Say some
maybe,
people
but
can.
like,
Yeah.
but like people have lives too. Like, not all of them are waivable at all times.
Yeah, I think
What does at all times mean? It's half an hour tops.
Yeah, but like it's a lot of dedication. What about practice?
Oh well, yeah. I guess that's up to.
I think there's going to be a bit of a bell curve, basically. Like there'll be a time
If
when
everyone
runs
gets
last
equal practice, if no one practices, it's still fair, right? Well, I guess some people
mean, I
are going to
think
be
it's
more
still
available than others, but then
Yeah,
what are you
I keep
gonna
on
do
seeing
about that?
Kiefer on like playing Sony PlayStation emulator. I
I
don't
mean,
know
he's
how.
doing it right now.
Yeah, I don't know if he just like leaves his computer like on like fucking Spyro 2 or something, or he's practicing like for the whole day.
he falls asleep to the soundtrack.
It is a good soundtrack.
Just of one level, just looping.
And guess what, Johnny? They're gonna ruin it with these HD remakes. They're gonna ruin it.
You got to be a bit more convincing
That's
than
something
that.
for a whole different debate.
All right. Does anyone else have anything more to say? Any new points?
I want to go to sleep.
Okay. All right. Thank you everyone for watching the first ISGP cast. I've been Ratchet5,
Fuck your shit up.
and you might find that you wake up in a couple of days or weeks, and then you'll find some fucking Australians making a podcast too. But I'll tell you right now, my podcast is going to be very superior to theirs, just like my hosting abilities.
They're gonna have the same guests.
I'm
No,
sure.
you're staying
I mean,
in my fucking